Hi, I'm Bree,
I'm Haley.
and this is Great Magical Day.
Okay, so today we are going to be doing our own true scary stories that we are going to tell you. So I guess I'm going to start.
Go for it.
Okay. Mine is kind of scary-ish, I'd say. So starting from the very, very beginning, it started before I was even born. My mom alleges, whatever, that when she was pregnant with me, she got abducted by aliens. And she firmly believes this. She doesn't like talk about it. Every time I bring it up to her, she gets like freaked out. She's like, I don't want to talk about it. But in this, I have gotten her to tell me the whole story. In this story, this is what she says. One night, like, she woke up and she was like on a steel table or whatever and she heard my little sister next to her, my older sister, because she's born, I'm not. My older sister, on the table, she was crying and screaming, I want to go home, And my mom looked over at her saying, it's okay, it'll all be over soon. And I believe she might have, like, she saw people there, but like she didn't really see them because they were like wearing doctor clothes and like a face mask, right? Like a doctor. So she didn't know who they were. And she was just kind of comforting her and saying, it's okay. Anyway, when she woke up from this dream, she heard knocking on her bedroom door. And she heard it was my little sister, and she was saying, I want to go home. Just like she was saying when, did I say my little sister again? My older sister again. Older sister, yes, I'm not born yet. But yeah, my older sister, she's knocking on the door saying, I want to go home, and my mom is too afraid to get her, because, she's had a creepy dream where she was saying that. And she makes my dad go get her. Anyway, fast forward to when I'm born. Like when I'm like 2 or 3, once I first really start to draw and really start to talk, the only thing I ever drew when I was little was aliens. And people would ask me all the time, like, what are you drawing? And I'd say aliens. And I would just draw them for hours and hours. Like my mom, if she wanted a free babysitter, she would just give me a paper and a pencil and I would just draw aliens.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I wonder what the pictures look like. Like I don't
Right,
remember.
I wish we could see them now.
Yeah. It is like, oh my gosh, it is an alien now. But
photographic evidence.
Wouldn't that be so creepy though?
That would be kind of cool.
But yeah, no. So that's what I used to draw, was a lot of alien kind of related stuff. And I remember drawing. I just don't remember. I don't have any of the pictures now, unfortunately. But fast forward even further into the future. I'm 9 years old. This is Arizona. When I lived in Arizona, I see this weird like spaceship, and it's like flying like this. And I swear it's like a UFO spaceship, but it's not like this. It's like this, like up. It's like a flying saucer, but it's like the shape of the moon. And the thing that's what I saw in Arizona. And I went to my family because we're in the car. I'm looking at the sky and I see it. And I turned to my siblings and I'm like, you guys, look out the window. There is a spaceship out the window. And everybody looks. By the time everybody looks out the window, it's gone.
Wow.
Right? So I'm like, hey, how did it know I was telling everybody else to look too?
Yeah.
That's the really great part. Like, how did it know I was telling everybody else to look out the window? I don't know if it was listening or if it like just was there and didn't want to be seen for a long period of time by multiple people. So maybe just blasted off into space. Fast forward even further into the future. I was telling my sister about this, and she was talking about a time which she saw with my mom. This is in the future. Back when we lived back in Oregon again. This was before, when we lived about an hour away from Portland, and this was back when there was a huge thing where everyone saw UFOs in Portland. This was the day before that night that everyone saw the UFOs in Portland. It was made on the news. So my sister saw, and my mom saw, like this spaceship. And my sister was describing it to me when I told her the story. And what shocked me was the way she described it was different words, but like it looked the exact way mine looked. She said it looked kind of like a moon shape, but it was metal. And that's what I saw.
Yeah.
And it's not a weather balloon, because I looked up what weather balloons look like.
Yeah.
And it does not look like what we saw, because it was like actual metal plate or whatever. And it was just floating there. And then again, I don't know if she saw it flying or what, but I know that I think she said she looked at it and they looked away and it was gone, just like the ones I saw. And that's pretty creepy. And it's consistently the same, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy that we saw the same kind of thing. And then anyway, I was watching, like, I don't know if you guys like heard of Bob Lazar or if you like believe what he says, but he actually has some like proof behind him. It's really worth a read to go look it up. But allegedly, he worked for an area called S4, which was connected to Area 51, but it was just a little bit outside of Area 51, but it was a part of Area 51, I guess. And like allegedly, they reverse engineered like spaceships that were from outer space, from aliens. And what he said was the way he described how they looked and the way he described how they flew kind of looked and like flew like the ones me and my sister saw, which was really creepy. Like, because he says the way they fly is, this is the motion he uses. They start like this, but then they go belly up. Like if you're driving a car and your wheel tires are facing forward. Those are his, like, what he says. That's what Bob Lazar said. And that's kind of like how they were flying the way my sister saw them. They weren't flying like, you know how you see them in the pictures like this. Like, you know, like a plate when you throw a frisbee. They're flying like that. And that's kind of what my sister saw. That's the way he said it. And that's why I thought it was really crazy. And I've listened to the evidence of Bob Lazar, and I watched it, his like a little bit of his podcast, and or not his podcast, but he was on another person's podcast, and like his interviews and stuff. And I think he has compelling evidence for me to believe his story. But again, that's up to you guys. Definitely worth to check out.
Yeah. But it's creepy though.
It is very creepy.
All those coincidences.
Well, that's a good coincidence, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I totally like. The thing is though, me and my sister didn't really talk about it until like I watched that Bob Lazar thing, and I was like, oh my god, flashbacks.
Wow.
And then when I mentioned it, she's like, oh my god, flashbacks. Creepy.
That's a good one. Okay, my story is not about aliens, and I'm not exactly sure what was happening, if you want to call it a ghost, but that's what I'm going to call it. So mine happened when I was like 4 years old, and me and my family still lived in a really small town. And I was walking around with my favorite stuffed animal, like I always did, and I set it down on the counter in front of me because I went to pet the cat or something. So I set it down on the counter, and then I pet the cat, you know, took my eyes off of it, and when I looked back up, it was gone. Nobody had come into the room. I thought maybe, you know, it was my brother maybe playing a prank. I don't know how we would have gotten it, but so I asked him. He had no idea about it. So I went to my parents. I'm like, I can't find my stuffed animal. I did. It's coming up.
Okay. Oh, I asked questions.
Spoilers.
No.
Okay, so my parents said they didn't know anything about it. So I look around the house for it. You know, maybe I left it somewhere. And then I finally find it in one of the hall closets on the very top shelf. So I know my brother couldn't have gotten it. He didn't throw it up there. Like, we never opened the closet. He wasn't in the area, you know. And my parents were the only ones I could think of that would put it there, but they had no idea how it got up there. And I couldn't put it up there. I couldn't toss it up there. It was just like on the tallest shelf. And I'm like I'm like this tall. I'm 4 years old. So it was so creepy.
Can we put on the tallest shelf now?
Yeah, that's true. And so I finally find it, and so my dad gets it down for me, but I still have no idea how it ended up there. My parents both denied it. My brother denied it.
What kind of stuffed animal was it though?
It was a little piglet stuffed animal.
Weird. Was it like new when you got it?
It was. I don't know if it was new or not. Like I said, I was 4. I can really remember it, but I never knew how it got up there, and I always assumed it was something supernatural.
I mean,
that could be the only explanation. I felt like
if you had it and then it's on the top
I
shelf.
literally had it, and then it got on the top shelf. I then literally looked down to pet a cat for like maybe 30 seconds, like max. And when I look up, it's gone, and nobody else came into the kitchen, which is where I was when I was petting the cat.
Creepy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I feel like other stuff like that happened in the same house.
Oh yeah, is there anything you can remember off the top of your head?
Again, it was always with Piglet. Like I would leave Piglet somewhere, and then Piglet wouldn't be where at least I remembered him being. The previous one is the closet one because nobody came into the room. The other ones, maybe I forgot where he went down, but he would be somewhere else.
But you can't even do the closet one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but Piglet would always be somewhere I didn't leave him. I felt like not like every day I'd wake up and he was somewhere else, but I lived there a few times where Piglet just ended up somewhere else.
That is so creepy.
Yeah.
Maybe there was like a little kid ghost in your house, and that little kid ghost was like jealous of your piglet. He was like,
He must have been.
Or maybe he was like, oh,
Right.
I didn't have I told myself I was gonna edit this video.
Now look.
Yeah, you're right. I can just figure that out. But yeah,
That's my story.
that is creepy.
But yeah, I still to this day don't know how I ended up at the top of the closet.
like,
I've tried to think, like run my logical brain through it, and I just can't think any other way.
maybe
to
your
end
mom
up-
and dad just did that. Like they just messing
They were
with
just
you.
fucking with me.
Yeah.
I would think that if it was like an annoying toy, like if it made noise or something,
Yeah,
it was just a
if it
piglet
wasn't-
stuck down. Like,
But a stuffed animal was like the least annoying toy.
yeah,
it's not
it
like
doesn't
one of
make
those
noise.
toys. Yeah.
It just does nothing literally. So, and my parents still don't know how it got up there.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
Where were you living? Were you like living in an apartment or like
We were living in a house.
in a house?
Yeah.
Well, maybe the house was haunted, or like that is the old. It's the old town, right?
Yeah.
Small town.
Small town.
And plus, you
old
know,
house.
everywhere like there's probably ghosts. Like if you think about how many people have died in every area,
Right.
there's probably ghosts everywhere. Because like people have died like everywhere. Like it's over how many years like this earth has been around, how many years have people been around. Like
Right.
I mean, what if there's like ghosts of dinosaurs walking around? Like
That'd be legit.
you think it's a ghost? Like when you die, if you become a ghost, like you see like all the other ghosts, like the
Definitely.
dinosaur ghosts.
You definitely see all the other ghosts.
Do you
when
think you
die.
have to be afraid of dinosaur ghosts, or do you think you
No,
can, like
dinosaur ghosts are definitely your friend.
Dinosaur ghosts? I hope so. 'Cause, like,
All
like,
ghosts just communally love each other.
Yeah, like you could just like ride the dinosaur ghost, like
Yeah.
and how did you drag a pterodactyl ghost? Oh my
Oh,
god!
that'd
Imagine
be
riding
funny,
a pterodactyl ghost as a ghost, like it has your dragon like I'm flying, but I guess it's a ghost you can already fly.
Yeah,
It takes
that's
some of the
true.
fun out of it,
You're
but you
right
don't have
there.
to put your effort into it. I guess it's the other
Yeah.
ghost. Right. Can you even ride on that ghost if you're a ghost? Can ghosts touch each other?
I think there should be ghost on ghost action.
ghost on ghost action.
Yeah, ghosts should be able to like touch each other or throw a punch or do whatever they
But
want.
then, like I just said, what if the ghosts, the dinosaurs, if they can touch each other, if they're vicious, they can eat you?
Well, I think it wouldn't matter if they did. If we kind of were like, ha ha ha, you're eating me because you don't feel anything as a ghost.
But then why did you punch me? Okay, you know, this is getting too, too,
We're gonna cut this out.
no. We need to put that time limit, so we're not gonna cut this out. But yeah, no, that is definitely creepy. That and then my house, when I used to, same house, my sister saw like the alien that we used to live with. I think that was kind of haunted too.
Right.
That's just creepy. And it wasn't like an old house. It was a new house. It was like we only had one other person who owned it before us, and yeah, so it wasn't like old or anything. I don't know why, but it just gave us the creeps. Like everybody who went there, like they all kind of said like it was like creepy. I don't know, but that's another story for another video.
Yeah.
You can only tell one at a time, so you have to like squeeze the content out little by little. But I do hope you enjoyed our scary stories too. Anything else you want to add to them?
Drop in the comments your scary stories.
Yes. Do that. That would be great. I want to hear them. I want to be spooked. Spook us out. Freak us out. It's getting to be Halloween season.
It
I don't
is.
care what anybody says. It's
Right.
spooky season. So thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, because we didn't say that in the other videos. So like and subscribe. We will see you guys next time. Thanks again.
And have a great mythical day. Mythical.
Ah!
Magical.
Have a great magical day.